Good Fortune. Now, I was lucky enough to see it last night, and all I can say is going into this film, um, first you have Keanu Reeves, which who doesn't love Keanu? He's whenever you see him in a trailer, he always brings a smile to your face. He's just a great energy to have, um, whether it's in John Wick, of whether if it's in other films that just seem with his presence in it, it's just there's just something about him. And you also have Aziz Ansari, and then you also have Seth Rogen. So you have three pretty notable actors in the world today that are in this film, and it looks very interesting. We're getting this idea that Keanu is an angel who saves people from texting and driving, which is a great gimmick in itself, and that kind of makes sense. I mean, um, just a very interesting category for an angel, but in today's age, that definitely makes sense. It's pretty neat and clever in that way. Um, all like I said, also stars Aziz Ansari, who wrote and directed this film all by himself. I'm sure he's probably had help with some other stuff, but this film is pretty much his brainchild. And then you have Seth Rogen, who's just killing it with the studio right now, which we forgot the studio was on Apple TV as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was
That yeah,
that
that
won a ton of awards, didn't it?
it did. It went hard. It was fantastic. I didn't finish it. I'm kinda weird with shows. Sometimes I'll get through, like, half of a show, and if I'm good, I can kinda pause, and then I'll return later. I got through the first 5 episodes of the studio. It was amazing. I'll revisit later, and then we'll probably talk about it later, but back to Good Fortune. Um, but yeah, just almost this film um, kind of touches on almost like a Freaky Friday situation where they do kind of swap um, people in a sense, and um, Aziz plays this just lower class guy who's just not who's just super down on his luck, and he's just trying to make ends meet, and he gets bogged down by bad luck after like bad luck scenario after bad luck scenario, and then you also have Seth Rogen's character, who's the complete opposite of the spectrum, and he's the rich. And you have this dichotomy with those two, and Keanu ends up switching them, and you kind of see how they go about their lives. And I'd say overall, um, this film is just a really solid film. It gives you good laughs. Keanu plays um, a really interesting version of himself in a sense. Like I kind of almost got a sense like Keanu plays Keanu playing this angel. He's almost like he's just super. He's super chill in his delivery, and like I said at the beginning, like anytime you see Keanu, he's always just fun to watch, and this film gives you that. It's interesting because this film almost kind of feels like he's in a sense a protagonist, because the film cuts back to him interacting with multiple people, and it just seems like it's focused on him in a sense, as he's the one who swapped their bodies, or not necessarily swapped their bodies, but swapped their places. So overall, I'd say this film was really solid. It delivers with good laughs. There's definitely some good tender moments, um, talking about just us as a society and how the hierarchy works with the rich and the poor and how all those machinations go. And there's definitely a relatable part of this story. Um, I feel like I can relate to Aziz, and I'm sure David you can in some sense where we're just trying to make some money, and we just want to live comfortably, and that's kind of all we want. Like we don't necessarily want to be rich. Like that'd be cool, but like
It's literally
from
me.
yeah. For me specifically, it's just all about being comfortable and making the money you want to make, and doing it with good people. That's kind of what it's all about. But now, would I recommend this film? Yeah, I think it's a good watch. It's fun. It delivers the laughs. Um, the way it's shot is kind of bare bones. Like it's not super interesting, but it kind of gives you just kind of that classic almost way it's shot. I wouldn't necessarily say like Hollywood editing, but just kind of like standard editing shot format. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, that's kinda all my takes on it. Rich, you got any takes on this film?
I don't have a ton. I mean, I haven't seen the movie. The premise sounds kinda interesting. There's a specific angel just to stop people from texting and driving. That sounds, that sounds like an interesting movie, and, with the cast that they have, it sounds like it's a great time, and this screenshot right here looks like it's pretty funny moment. I'm not sure exactly what it was,
It
but
is. It is quite funny, yeah.
it's a
That's, it's yeah, it's when
Yeah,
so, like, whenever Keanu touches one of them, he usually, like, activates his power, and, Seth Rogen's character regains all of his memory back because in this moment, they swap places, and, I won't go too in detail, but yeah, it's a
yeah.
funny moment.
Yeah, not it sounds like a great movie even to watch at home, it's not like a one in the theaters that, like, you have to see, for the theater element. I mean, it's obviously great. It's so much better experience in the theater, but, even if it's at home, you don't lose a lot in terms of, so it sounds like my wife would actually like this movie,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Yeah, I think I think you bring up an excellent point is the theater experience in that sense, like, not every film that comes out in theaters necessarily, like, needs to be seen in theater. I'm the type of person that loves the theater experience, so I'm gonna see it if I can, but, if you wanna wait till this comes home on VOD, video on demand, on Fandango or whatever, definitely rent it then because yeah, it's definitely not a theatrical experience. There's a lot of films coming out, especially like something like Avatar. It's like that's an experience you need to see on the biggest screen
absolutely.
you can. Yeah, but again, this film not necessarily like that, but not in a bad way. Not all films are meant for the theater in a sense.